Given recent events, you may have come across a new word floating around in the media lately. That word being Sufism. As if there weren't already enough topics that have to do with Islam being introduced to Westerners through the media, now there's another new word for people to worry about, another new type of Muslim? Who are these people, and why might it matter to me? I'm going to try and explain what Sufism is, and why it may be more relevant than you might think. So the word Sufism comes from the Arabic word for wool, which represents the wool that early Sufis would wear. Some examine this to represent that they would rather wear itchy wool than be engaged in acts of the world that interfere with their relation with God. But, wearing the itchy wool is about as close to concrete as we can get. The most common definition of Sufism is the inner dimension of Islam. But some even include in that definition the word indescribable. So we're trying to describe something that's by definition indescribable. So you can see why this might be difficult. So by now, what I've probably done is painted a picture for you of some old hermit who lives in a shack and wears sack for clothes and meditates all day, right? But if only understanding this was really that simple. So maybe to understand it, knowing a little of the origins would help, but the origins, of course, are more debated than even what Sufism looks like today. Some say it existed during the Prophet's time, but just wasn't under the explicit name of Sufism. And others say it doesn't even matter whether it did or not, and it just focused on the movement that happened throughout the medieval times. In a nutshell, what Sufism was, especially in the medieval times, was a movement away from